known as the Whispering Woods. Villagers spoke of strange sounds emanating from its depths, murmurs that grew louder on moonless nights. Few dared to enter, and those who did often returned pale, trembling, and unable to speak of what they'd seen. One crisp October evening, a curious teenager named Clara decided to prove the stories were nothing more than local superstition. Armed with a flashlight and her phone, she ventured into the forest alone. At first, the woods seemed calm, even serene. The towering trees swayed gently in the breeze, their leaves rustling softly. But as Clara walked deeper, an unsettling silence descended. No chirping of crickets, no rustling of animals, just the sound of her own footsteps, crunching against the fallen leaves. Suddenly, Clara's flashlight flickered. She smacked it a few times, but it went out completely. She stood frozen in the pitch darkness. Then she heard a faint whisper. Clara, her breath caught in her throat. How did it know her name? She spun around, trying to locate the source of the sound. But the darkness pressed in on her. The whisper came again, closer this time, and more insistent. Clara, come here. Terrified, she stumbled backward, only to trip over something soft and wet. She aimed her phone's flashlight at the ground. It was an old, tattered scarf stained with something dark. It looked eerily familiar, like the one her best friend, Mia, had been wearing when she disappeared in the woods last year. Panic surged through Clara as the whispers grew louder, overlapping into an unintelligible chorus. Shapes began to form in the darkness, shadowy figures with hollow eyes and twisted faces. They pointed at her, their mouths moving in silent screams. Clara turned and ran, her heart pounding in her chest. The whispers followed her, growing louder. Their words now jumbled chant, "Stay with us, forever." She burst out of the woods and collapsed on the ground, gasping for air. The villagers found her the next morning, clutching Mia's scarf and muttering the same words over and over. "They're still in there, waiting." No one saw Clara again after that night. Some say she returned to the woods, drawn by the whispers. Others claim she's now one of the voices that call out to anyone foolish enough to